Well, we are officially getting ready for June, and this is the month that I am due with baby number 2. So here's how we are planning to spend our money for this exciting month. Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Here on my channel we talk about life and money and how you can enjoy life while still accomplishing financial goals through the use of a budget. And so I love to talk about budgeting here on my channel, and I share my personal household budget here. So before we get into it, I want to let you know that the budget template I am using is one that you can get yourself on my shop. I will have a link to that down in the description box and you can check that out there. So this month is a really big month for us. We are expecting our second baby boy due June 21st. So as I'm sitting here planning out our budget, I'm like, oh my goodness, by the time this month is over, we're gonna have 2 children. So here is how we are planning to spend our money this month. So the first thing that you see here is our income section. I have Jacob's income, my husband Jacob, and my income individually blocked out. But my husband Jacob works in product marketing. He works fully remote for his job and he loves it. And then I have my business here on YouTube and everything that I do on social media. So I pay myself out of my business. We have this blocked out just for privacy for my husband's employer, but our take-home pay this month, we're planning to bring home $7,920 this month. This is after taxes, insurance, 401k, what else? HSA, dependent care FSA, lots of deductions there. And that's what we take home after all of those kinds of things. So we use a zero-based budget, which means all of our income equals all of the money out, including our expenses, debt, and savings. So now to show you how we plan to spend every dollar this month. So the first thing that we have here in this expense section is our tithe. We are Christians and we believe in giving to our church and other organizations. So that's always going to be like a first thing in our budget. So we have our tithe here, which is going to our local church. And then Africa New Life, we support 2 children in Rwanda through Africa New Life. And then we support an additional missions organization as well. Next, we have our mortgage. We are homeowners. We bought in September 2019. We live in the suburbs in Portland, Oregon. So our mortgage is $2,206.28. This includes principal, interest, taxes, and insurance all together. Next we have is our HOA. We do live in a neighborhood with a homeowners association, and that's okay, but we have to pay $121.46 each month. Next we have is water sewer. This is always right around like $94 each month, and yeah, it's pretty like standard between like $90 to $95. Next we have natural gas. I'm budgeting $50 for natural gas. We heat our home with natural gas as well as cooking. So this winter has been really, really long in Portland, and we have still been like heating our house even in the month of May. So I know that we're going to have some sort of bill there for natural gas. Next we have is trash. We pay our trash every other month, and this month is a trash month, so we have to pay that. And then we have electric at $60. So this is everything that we have for like lights on. This also is our air conditioner unit. May is kind of that weird month where we then start like running the central air a little bit more too. So as I'm like filming this, we actually do have central air going on because it was a nice like 65 degrees today. It was very lovely. So we are expecting to have like, you know, this month will be like heat and air conditioning, but hopefully the rest of the summer then we can just get on with the air conditioner. Next we have is internet at $44.99 each month, which is a standard. And then we have our phones at $115. This is for my cell phone and my husband's cell phone. Then we have insurance. This is for our cars at $122.17. Next we have is life insurance. We have a policy on myself and my husband Jacob, and that is $52.89. And then we have groceries at $4.50 each month. So we are right now a family of 3. It's myself, my husband Jacob, and our son Peter, who turned 2 in May. And then we are going to be having another son in June. So almost a family of 4. But for our little family of 3, this is what we have planned for groceries. But this is actually less than what we would normally spend because we are actually doing HelloFresh. We've really been enjoying it. I signed up for it kind of like skeptical, but we've actually really enjoyed it. It's like a meal kit delivery service. They deliver ingredients to your door that you can make meals with at home. And I love that I've been learning how to cook more. We've been eating healthier. It's just been a really great option for us. We do 3 meals a week with HelloFresh, and they're so yummy too. They're really good. So I've shared about it a few times on my channel, and I have just like a referral link where people can get $120 off, and then I get like $10 back towards like other meals with HelloFresh. So I still have some free meals because of that. So thank you to those of you who have used my link. And if you want to get $120 off and just try out HelloFresh, I will leave a link to that down below in the description box. You can try it out, and then you can always cancel or skip weeks whenever you want. We recently went on vacation, and so we just, skipped the week that we were on vacation. It was super easy, and we've been really enjoying that. But therefore, that's why our grocery budget is like a little bit lower. If we weren't doing like the meals with HelloFresh, I would expect it to be more like $600 right now, especially with this time of inflation. But $450, so that'll cover things like our Costco runs, as well as like weekly trips to the grocery store to get things like produce and dairy and that kind of thing. So next we have is eating out. We have budgeted at $150. Honestly, I don't even know if we'll spend that this month because we're having a baby halfway through the month, but I want to allow it there, and we can soak up every extra weekend that we have before baby and maybe go on a couple dates and things like that. Next we have is gas, and I have budgeted $175 for gas. My husband works remotely, which is so nice. And then I work for myself also from home, so we don't have a commute. And I realize we're very fortunate in this because gas is so expensive. We haven't paid $5 a gallon yet, but we are about to. I think it's right now it's like $4.85. So I know that our days are numbered with being in like the $4 a gallon range. Let me know how much gas is where you live down in the description box. But I'm planning, I increase this a little bit because increased cost of gasoline. But since we are going to be having a baby this month, we're going to be at home for a little bit of time. Don't plan to go a whole lot of places, and we didn't go many places before because we do work remotely. But this has just been like getting around town is normally what we spend there. So definitely feeling for people who have a commute and having to pay for gas, because that's crazy right now. It's crazy. Next we have is fun. We have $50 budgeted for that. Any sort of family entertainment or fun thing that we do, we have a category there. Then we have miscellaneous, which I have at $150. So this is just anything else random that may come up during the month, we have as miscellaneous. Next we have is our Roth IRA, which we're not putting money into this month. Hopefully beginning in July we can do that, and I'll show you why we're not putting anything into it right now. But we've already funded my husband Jacob's Roth IRA earlier this year, so we still just need to fund mine. So we plan to do that for the remainder of the year. But we have other goals we're working on right now. Next we have is Peter. So our son's name is Peter, and we've decided to put $50 a month into a brokerage account that's in our names that someday we plan to gift to Peter to help him with things in his early adulthood, like helping him match like what he saves for his first car, helping him with his wedding, down payment on a house, that kind of thing. So we're just saving a little bit every month for that and contributing that to the brokerage account. Next we have is college. We also have a 529 college savings plan for Peter, so we're putting $200 a month into that. So altogether, expenses or money that goes out of our bank account for the month, we have $5,020.51 budgeted. Now to show you the savings section of our budget here. So first off, I have this blocked out just because May isn't over yet, and so I don't know what the beginning and ending balances are going to be for our sinking funds, so that's just why that's blocked out. But you see all of those numbers when I do our budget report videos, which the May one should be coming out soon then for you to be able to see that. The first thing that we have here is our emergency fund, and this is like the big goal that we're working on right now, one of them, because we are working on getting our emergency fund from $15,000 up to $20,000. And we just want to increase this a little bit more because we are becoming a family of 4. There's this time of inflation, a lot of time of uncertainty. I'm having a baby. Like, there's just a lot of crazy things happening right now, and when crazy things happen, it just feels better to me to have extra cash on hand. So we're trying to save for that and build our emergency fund up to $20,000. So every extra penny right now is going there. That's why we have $600.99 going into the emergency fund for the month. Then we have Jacob. Jacob gets $250 of personal spending money. I get $100. The only reason why it's different is simply because Jacob is more of a spender and he'd rather spend more money on his hobbies and things that he enjoys. I don't really have those things, and I would honestly rather spend more money like putting towards our financial goals right now. So I'm fine with $100. I don't need that much, but totally fine with Jacob having $250. Next we have is extra giving. So we put $50 a month into an extra giving fund, which allows us to say yes to additional giving opportunities if they come up. So $50 going there. Then we have gifts, $50 to the gifts fund. So June is Father's Day. Plan to get a few gifts for like my husband and also for our dads and things like that. So we have some money there in our gifts fund. Then we have clothing at $25 each month for myself and Jacob. Next we have is vacation and Christmas. We aren't currently putting any money into these things because vacation, we are about to have a baby. We have no vacations, no trips planned on the horizon right now because that would just be crazy. I don't know when the next time will be that we will travel. But in the month of May, we got to take our son to Disneyland, which was so much fun. And so we kind of just spent the rest of our vacation fund there, and we don't have anything planned right now. So maybe in the next year we'll be able to do something. But again, I can't even think of that right now because I'm about to have a baby. So we'll start saving for something when we know that we're planning to go somewhere or do something. Next we have is Christmas, and we are kind of done saving for Christmas, but Christmas is a really great saving fund to have where you can save for it little bit by little every single month, and then when December rolls around, you have enough money set aside for Christmas. So we are actually using our credit card rewards to be able to fund most of Christmas. We have a card that gets us 1.5% cash back. So we always just cash it out at the end of the year, and we use that money to cover Christmas expenses. And we've also saved a little bit in this fund here, but between both of those, I think we're good. Next we have is medical. We are putting $930 into medical. This is a big reason of why the emergency fund growth is a little bit slow and why we aren't putting to the Roth IRA right now. But as I've shared many times, having a baby this month, and we are on a high deductible health plan. So our family max out of pocket is $6,000, and I've kind of just been expecting that we'll hit that. I know that I'm for sure going to hit my individual max out of pocket. I'm not sure if we'll hit the family, it may be close. But we also have been taking advantage of that and getting other medical things taken care of this year because we were planning to basically hit that max. So we've been saving between January through July to be able to cover that $6,000 max out of pocket. So $930 is what we need to save this month to make that happen, to be on track. Next month is our last month of doing that, and that's when I also expect to receive all those hospital bills and pay all of those as well. So stay tuned for all the medical expenses coming up. I'll be breaking down how much labor and delivery is going to cost, or how much it will have cost once that happens. So you can stay tuned for that. But $930 is going into our medical fund. Now we do have an HSA, a health savings account, and we want to take full advantage of the triple tax advantage that comes with the health savings account. With an HSA, you put money in before taxes. You can then actually invest those dollars and it can grow tax-free. And then you take that money out to be spent on qualified medical expenses tax-free. So we want to be able to utilize that triple tax advantage. So we're putting the max into it for this year, but we aren't planning to touch it, use it for medical expenses this year. We want to let it grow and do its thing. So that's why we're saving for medical outside of that. Next we have is cord blood registry. We did cord blood banking with our first son, Peter. We're not planning to do it for our second son because there is a chance that he could be a match with Peter. So we just did it with Peter's, but we have to do an annual fee for that. So we have that actually in the month of May. So we'll start saving for it again. Next we have is other dues and subscriptions, $37.50 towards other dues and subs that come up during the year. For example, Costco membership, our car tag renewal, like those kinds of things. I feel like they sneak up on us, and for some reason for us, they're all like due at the same time. So it's nice to have a sinking fund for that where we can set aside like a little bit every month, and that way that expense is just covered. Next we have is car maintenance. We put $75 a month into car maintenance to cover any sort of repair that we may need to do on our cars. And then we have house maintenance at $400 each month because we're homeowners and we need to save for house maintenance costs. Next we have is household at $100 each month to cover things like toilet paper, paper towels, soap, detergent, like household supplies. Then we have kids. It's crazy that I say kids, and we have $250 going towards that. So this is to cover things for both of our boys, like diapers, clothing, any sort of toys, or just like random things, baby supplies, like things that we need because we have children, like things for them. So $250 each month towards that. I also have a baby number 2 fund here, which is what I've been saving towards for the baby supplies and baby things that we were planning to buy for our second son. But as of May, I think that we're done saving for it because I basically bought everything that I need so far, and I have a little bit of money left over in that, and so I'm just going to let it sit there, and then if I need to like in June, I know that I'll be buying things for him in June, because you get there and you have him and then you realize, oh my gosh, yeah, I totally forgot, like I need this, so that would be helpful. You make a lot of Amazon purchases in those first few weeks, I remember. But we also have our kids fund now to be able to cover some of those expenses as well. So I think we're done saving for baby number 2, but I'll leave that there, that line item there just in case, but I think we're good for June. So as a total, we are planning to save $2,899.49. So our total out is taking the expenses plus the savings, because we don't have any other debt besides our mortgage, and that is $79.20, which is the same as our income. And this cell here calculates the difference, which should be 0. So it's taking the income minus all of those categories out. And this is my check to make sure that I have every dollar allocated in my budget and we have a zero-based budget. So that is our budget for the month of June. I can get this June budget report out to you in a timely manner when that time comes, but I also hope that you guys can maybe give me some grace there, as I'm sure June's going to be a crazy month for us as we have another baby, adjust to life of a family of 4, and I am planning to take a little bit of time off of YouTube. Been trying to get ahead for the last couple months so that I can take some time off, so we'll see how all of that goes. Jacob's also taking paternity leave. He gets paid parental leave through his employer, which is great. He doesn't have to take his like sick or vacation time, so that's why he still is going to be making his like same salary amount for the month of June as well. But it's an exciting month. It's going to be a crazy month, but thanks so much for following along on this journey and being here for all of these budget updates, and I'll look forward to updating you to share how June's budget actually went. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss it when that video does go live, and don't forget that you can check out this budget template with the link in the description box. I will leave that there, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.